Hi everyone, this is Angelica. Nice to see you again. Thank you so much for watching today's video. This video is going to be called Merging the Light and Dark Energies, or aspects of your personality within you. The light and the dark merging into one. So this is a really great topic and something that actually really interests me, and like I've talked about in previous videos, I only go off of my experience on my own spiritual path. And I talk about these experiences in hopes that it could help you along on your path. You may have totally different experiences with some of the things that I talk about, and that's great, that's perfect, that's fine, that's your path. And so it may be different from mine, and that's the wonderful thing about this world. There's so many differences and so many things that make us all unique in our own way, but at the same time, you know, it's very interesting. Because could you imagine if everything was the same and everybody experienced the same thing? That would be boring. So, okay. Merging the light and the dark energies. So this is a big one because I think in my own spiritual path, in the beginning, before I really started going, you know, I had the energy move through me, and then I went through the dark night of the soul and I realized, oh my gosh, this is like depressing. This is bad. And I just like wanted to push it away or wall it off, these bad feelings, or I just didn't understand them. But they had to move through me, and they had to be processed, and they had to be, I think these energies, sometimes people, they push them away. And what happens is these, it's like balls of energy. That's how I see them energetically. They're balls of energy, and what happens is and no fault of our own, you know, this world is a harsh place. We had childhoods that weren't always perfect. We've had things that have happened to us that have been very traumatic. You know, things people have said to us have hurt our feelings. And so what we do is we take these things in, and we take them in, and in order to protect ourselves, we almost like build layers around layers of like pain, and we hold them back within us. Okay, so we keep ourselves safe through doing this, so we can go on in our daily lives without, you know, breaking down, and just kind of keeping these things held within. So we will be happy and optimistic and yay and everything's wonderful. This is me before my spiritual awakening. But really there was so much wrong that I was not looking at. So much wrong underneath the surface of that, you know, happy. And, you know, the thing is that people won't even know that this is even going on, because most people are not very perceptive, and most people are not very aware unless they have gone through a spiritual awakening. Unless they're on a spiritual path, then they can't, other people, regular people can't see all this under the surface. Okay, if you're like an energetic healer, if you are a very spiritual and aware person, you're going to look at someone and you're going to see that underneath that outer exterior or that surface level of mind is a whole depth of, now I call it dark energy because that's what, you know, it's just an easy way to put it, but it's not really dark. It's just all these things that are within that need to come up to be released and transmuted. Okay, so when you transmute something, you take that dark, dense energy, you bring it up, and you transmute it into higher, lighter vibrational energy. Okay, so how do you do that? Well, first of all, before I tell you how you do that, I like to just bring it to your awareness about how if you transmute these energies within yourself, within your family of origin if you came here as a volunteer to transmute other people's energy, which I have, then you are going to realize that affects and has a huge impact on the outer world, okay? Because what's going on the outer world is there's all this fighting, there is all this conflict, there's all these people walking around numb on pharmaceutical drugs, food addictions, alcohol. They're numbing their pain. They're holding back those things that they are not willing to face. Okay? When you, or when everyone else, or when me, myself, decides to face these things that we're holding within us and actually just bring awareness to it, you know? You don't have to think about these things and like overanalyze them like I do. I mean, I'm going to admit I overanalyze every single thing. You just have to bring awareness to them and feel them. And that in itself, the observational act of observing these parts within us that are not always pleasing or like light or happy or hooray, you know, all the time. This will, in a sense, transmute that energy instantaneously. Just being with it, allowing it, accepting it, saying it's okay, you know. It's okay that I have these feelings. It's okay that I went through this. This has helped me grow as a person. I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't go through all of those things. Not only went through them, but felt them, moved through this darker energy, okay? So, in a sense, it's not so much merging the light with the dark. It is. When you merge the darkness and become aware of the darkness, it becomes a higher light that you were not aware of previously. You embody a deeper sense of who you are. You become more true to your soul essence, the essence and vibration of the frequency that you came here to share with the world, uninhibited, or not foggy but clear, because you're not being bogged down and held back, and all these things around your etheric body and in your aura that are blocking the beauty of who you truly are inside, that inner beauty that is waiting to come out and to be experienced by you, by everyone else. And that is the beauty in healing these deeper, darker, emotional, painful experiences. Now, by you doing that within you, that just takes the level and vibration of the planet a little higher here for everyone. And as we know, when we change ourselves on an individual level, that in turn creates change in other people just through the alchemical process of being, okay? When you are being that, then other people will feel that energy and they will be that. It's just beautiful. Like, you don't even really have to talk about it, but sometimes you do, because sometimes people learn better in that way. And so I will try to talk about it in the best way that I know how to put it so that hopefully you guys understand. Mental illness, physical diseases, all these like crazy little phobias that people have, you know, like hoarding, or, you know, what are these things? Like, you know, alcoholism. I mean, the list goes on and on. All of these illnesses or things that, you know, They're like, oh no, you know, that's just in the genes, and we're supposed to, you know, live that way. Well, alcoholism is in my genes, and it's in my genes on both sides of the family, like times a million. It's really bad in my family, but yet I don't drink. Okay, I used to drink a little bit and it never worked out for me. So I learned quickly that I cannot drink. Okay, so for me, and they always said, okay, well, alcoholism is a disease. Yeah, it is, but it's a mental disease. It's a disease of someone not looking at those dark aspects of themselves and moving through it courageously. Okay? That's what it is. That's the disease. It's about facing this inner stuff, this inner darkness, if you want to call it that, and letting it move through. You know, don't be scared. Don't be in fear of it. You can never be in fear because you're always protected. You're always loved. And once you realize that, you can move through anything. You know, I've been through some of the most dark experiences in this lifetime that some people I've talked to have just never were like, wow, you know, I would have never ever thought you would have gone through those things, but I have, and for good reason. Part of the reason to make myself to feel myself more in a deeper way, to really experience life fully so that I could understand others fully and help them. Now, this could be partially because I have Venus in Scorpio, so I have this intensity and depth about these processes. I also have a Cancer rising, so these two aspects of my personality happen to, you know, make these things. I understand these emotional healing processes, and I understand the importance of them. So if you are in a state of, you're in your spiritual awakening, this intensified when you're going through the dark night of the soul. When you're going through the dark night of the soul, these things are all going to be coming up, and you're going to feel like lost in darkness and depressed and all of that, okay? You will come out of that. But I just wanted to say that if you are on the spiritual awakening path and you've begun that and you start to feel these dark feelings, conflict within you, you know, not understanding like why you're feeling these things, and so, you know, because you're supposed to be happy and you're supposed to be, you know, because you know who you are. At your soul level, you're this beautiful, beautiful person, and you came here to help, okay? But you have to go through this process in order to, like I said, transmute this energy so that you can be effective in that. And that's what this is about. So do not feel these emotions and hide them and block them and drink alcohol or do drugs or eat food, you know, or hoard items, I guess, if that's what people do. It's all a block, okay? You do not want to block these feelings and emotions. You want to feel them completely. Let them just move through your body and feel the intensity. They're not going to kill you. They're not going to do anything to you except for help you become a more beautiful person. And when you accept them and allow them just to be as they are and know, just observe them, you will, they'll be gone and transmuted. And that just transmutes this dense energy that we're trying to transmute on the planet. Another thing transmuted. Boom. There you go. Okay. That creates more of the higher vibrational energy that we're bringing to the earth. Okay, this video is getting long. This is something that I'm really, really passionate about, as you can tell. And it never ends. You will always be transmuting energy, okay? Because once you transmute your own, then Spirit's going to say, okay, well, here. transmute your family's energy, and then, you know, that takes forever. That could take forever. But sometimes you'll be called upon to transmute energy in spaces, different places that you go. You'll be asked to balance and harmonize the energy. I've talked about this before, I think in the video about Are You a Light Worker? We're asked to balance energies sometimes. And when we're going through our own processes, we can't balance anything. We can only work on ourselves. So it's only when you've got yourself sort of balanced that you could start balancing other stuff. But try not to take on too much. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to schedule a spiritual guidance session with me, please go below the video onto my website. I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.